So speaking of retarded things and promoter for teenage Bottlerocket gig charges $18 for vaccinated fans, $999.99 for non-vaccinated fans.
Mm-hmm.
So this is this comes from punknews.org. I wanted to get the most punk version of this punk band and their take on this very punk move. What are your thoughts, Dave?
Dude, I'm prepared to talk about this. I don't know this particular band, but yeah, this really hits home to me because these guys look like most of the fucks that I went to school with in high school that wore the Operation Ivy, No Effects,
Right.
Bad Religion stickers and made fun of me for listening to Metallica or Guns N' Roses, whatever, because it's corporate, fucking sellout, all this shit. And now they're all vegan substitute teachers, fucking corporate sellouts, and fucking nerds like this. This is the most unpunk rock thing I've ever seen. Give me $1,000. Eat shit, bro. I hope your shitty fucking band and your shitty fucking club or whatever that you're trying to sell here, I hope the market speaks to you loudly, quickly, and says, fuck off. We'll go watch shows elsewhere in people's backyards where it's actually punk rock. You know what punk rock is? It means doing it yourself. Dan, you're punk rock. I'm punk rock. These guys are wispy bitches.
So I'm not familiar with the band either, but they're clearly a punky band. And this is about the least punk rock that I've ever seen a punk rock band. And they apparently it wasn't them that came up with the idea. It was the promoter of the venue.
Yeah, the money making guy was like, wait a second, guys, I got a brilliant fucking idea.
Right.
And they're not even, here's the worst part, if you really want to talk about it, if you're worried about people not being vaccinated, why put a price on fucking life, bro?
Right.
You sacks of shit. Well, it's $1,000 should cover it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yep. We're gonna let you kill Grandma in the mosh pit, but first we're gonna make bank. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck these guys. Look at this guy in the front too. Yeah.
And here's the thing. None of us have heard of this band. Most people, I'm sure, haven't heard of this band. $18 is probably their going rate to get into a show, which means, they're probably your mid-tier nobody band. That some people were probably excited coming out of COVID lockdown to get out and see their favorite crappy punk rock band. But they can't now because of this shit. So the promoter is the one who came up with it. And even still, okay, so I do have the clip here of the vocalist and guitarist and his very eloquently and brilliantly put explanation of this.
Well, you could call it a no-vax tax. That's what one Florida concert promoter is slapping on attendees who can't prove they've been vaccinated against COVID-19. The breakdown is this: $18 a ticket if you've had your shot, $1,000 if you haven't. The band Teenage Bottlerocket will be performing at the venue next month that's operating under this restriction. Ray Carlisle is the singer and guitar player for the band. He joins me now. Good to see you, Ray. So what was your reaction when you first heard about this setup?
We thought kidding, and then we set up a Zoom meeting with him, and we figured out that he wasn't.
This dude looks like he's on, Coke or something. It's like,
yeah,
yeah,
let's get into it, CNN. Yeah.
Let's get into the spicy stuff. And this is the only interview he's had in years, and so he's just stoked to be there. But he didn't spend any time coming up with anything intelligent to say on this very controversial issue.
This is his big break,
right? He's like, and the best that he could come up with was,
and kidding, and then we set up a Zoom meeting with him, and we figured out that he wasn't. And he's doing his best to keep the audience and the band safe, the staff of the venue safe, and we go along with this idea.
So you're saying at first you thought it was a prank, and then you realized, oh no, this is actually real, and this is actually going to happen. They're going to give discounted tickets to people who've been vaccinated and more expensive tickets to people who haven't.
Now look, that framing is false on its face. They're going to give discount tickets? No. They're going to give full price tickets to the people who have been vaccinated. because
Great.
they're not normally charging more than $18 per show.
Tickets down from 25 to 18 for you, and up from 25 to $9.99
That's right.
for
That's
the
right.
rest of you.
I wouldn't be surprised if tickets were normally like 10 or 15 bucks and they're like, let's bump it up to, around 18 because we can make a little bit there from the people that are actually coming, because that'll seem like nothing compared to the $999.99 that we're charging the vaccinated people.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the vibe on this particular show. Not every show that we're playing on this tour, but for this particular show, that's what's going on.
So according to this new report,
You notice how he points out this isn't going to be a continuing thing because we're a little nervous about it too.
This is crazy. Yeah, we know.
This could go one of two ways, and it's definitely going to go the worst one for us.
Right.
So, yeah. Very, very punk rock of you to fight the man by, when the man tells you, hey, this is what you do it. That's very punk rock.
only 33% of those surveyed say they feel comfortable going to an indoor concert
Then
following
stay
the
home.
pandemic. How concerned are you, Ray, about how much this pandemic could have a long-term effect on concert turnout?
Well, I'm concerned that people are going to do it, jump into it and be unsafe. And one of our shows has moved the show to the parking lot so we could play so we could rock. I mean, it's just we're trying to do.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God, this guy's painful, dude. He's an idiot.
Yeah. He's just going along with whatever he's told because he's clearly stupid. But
That in and of itself is a great way to tackle this punk rock band.
Right.
It's just somebody told me show have to do it.
it's not how all of them are gonna go, but they
told me to. So
I'm a puppet.
Can and long term, I think that eventually it's going to be back to normal.
Based on what?
So you do.
Based on what? If you're so paranoid that you would go along with this, like assuming that you're not just an idiot, like if you're paranoid enough to think that this is going to help, then why would you think that it's going back to normal? Because the evidence clearly shows that there's enough of a danger that you need to be shooting your entire career in the foot to keep people safe.
that's what he's doing.
Yep.
Even though there's a sizable portion of concert goers who are hesitant right now, you think it will get back to normal. But what is your message to your fans who are still hesitant to get that vaccine?
Like anybody cares about his opinion. The guy can't string together 5 words to make a sentence, but we're supposed to take medical advice from him now?
Please don't get it so I could get $1,000 a ticket.
Don't get it, but still come on down because maybe this is just an elaborate, beautiful capitalist scheme where he hasn't gotten vaccinated and he's not going to, but he's like, all my people, come on out. And now if this was reversed, I would think this is fucking brilliant. And I've actually heard about a couple businesses in the news, not like local or anything, but they have a mask tax where if you come in with a mask on, you get charged a little bit extra. So
That's brazen too, but I do appreciate it a little bit more.
right. It's like dick moves either way, but one of these two things I encourage more than the other for sure.
I would say don't do it because Teenage Bottlerocket's doing it, are telling you to do it.
I
do
won't.
it for yourself. Do it for your health.
Thank you for giving me a pass. I needed that.
Right,
I
don't
was
blame
about
me.
to go out and get one right now just because I saw your brilliant ass promoting it.
Do it for your community. And I would say that if you want to see us and you can't see us because of the high ticket price in St. Petersburg, Florida, you could always go take a road trip to Orlando.
See that? That's how
Wow.
much he cares.
Yeah.
It's this one show, and if you can't make it, don't worry. If you can't make it, all your disease-ridden asses can come enjoy our show next week.
Right. Just go to any other show that's not so ridiculous like this one.
Right.
And see us there.
So is everyone in your band vaccinated, and do you think that should be required given the price unvaccinated fans will have to pay?
They won't. They won't have to pay it. I promise you that. Nobody's paying this. In fact,
Give me
probably
$1,000.
if I was vaccinated and loved this band and in the area, I would boycott this show.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So
Exactly.
this is not going to go the way you think it is.
I think that each promoter's doing their own thing. They have their own precautions they're taking on this tour in Florida, and this guy is doing this to keep the show, keep people that are going to the show safe, and keeping the band safe. And yes, my band is all vaccinated. We're all vaccinated.
Bullshit.
We're all dead. Awesome,
Yes.
dude.
It's
rocks.
Let me begin by saying
no, you don't get to just play the next video, CNN. Thank you.
Wow, that was tremendous. Thank you for that one, dude. I would have missed that in the news cycle. That was
Yeah,
great.
of course. It's a fun one because just the level of absurdity. Like we had Rage Against the Machine now being saying. I think they changed their lyrics to "fuck you, do what you're told," or "do what they tell you," and they're charging like thousands of dollars for concert tickets and stuff like that. The people who were largely made their career off of being anti-capitalism, they're bankrolling right now by convincing you to buy their fear porn.
They were always anti-capitalism, and there was a time when I was definitely down with that. But they were always against the machine until now. They're not. They're definitely on the part of the machine now.
Just take against out of the name. Just Rage the Machine.
Rage the Machine. What's the guitarist's name again? I can't remember his name.
I don't
In that
remember.
band. He's a great guitarist, man, but he
Tom
he's sold
Morello?
out.
I don't know.
Thank you. Yes, he's tremendous. He uses his powers for evil now. That's all. That's just the worst, man.
So I've heard. Yeah, so that's fun. If you guys are familiar with Teenage Bottlerocket, or actually if you're not familiar with them, now is a good time to listen to something else. But if you are familiar with them, now is a good time to take this into account, that they only love you if you pay them enough to be healthy.
I'll make questionable decisions. I'll be in fact of all I say.